Hi everyone. So it's another day, another beautiful day in the garden, and I am trying to get a little bit better with more frequent updates and keep you guys posted on what's going on in the garden. And today, as you can see, I have all of the trays of seedlings that I grew inside on the table here, and I just wanted to go through them and show you some of the different things I grew, and yeah, we'll just take the video from there. I grew way too many seeds, as you can see. The gardener in me, I love to garden, and when there is the winter time, I get cranky. I need to be outside. I need to be planting stuff. So indoor seed sowing and winter sowing and all the sowing makes me happy and brings me a lot of joy. So that's what I did in overabundance. So a lot of these will be going to friends and family and to the boys' school where I'm gardening and helping out this year. So let me just show you a few things. I'm not going to get into really great detail, but I would love to show you some of the fruits of my labors. So these were all grown inside over the winter. I'm going to start over here. These are Amaranth. I've never grown Amaranth, and this is emerald tassels and coral tassels, and you can see the little tassels actually starting right there. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? I was really interested in growing a bunch of things this year that I have never grown from seed before. I usually do a lot of direct sow. I still love to direct sow a lot of different things. Last year was the first year I started growing under grow lights, so I expanded it this year, and I did a little bit too many. I mean, accidents happen. There could be worse things than growing too many plants, I think. So these are all petunias. There are a couple mystery vines in here. I think these are corkscrew vines, and everything that I'm showing you here, all first time for me. But it'll be really exciting. I love to plant petunias in the landscape and in hanging baskets, and you know, for the cost of a pack of seeds or a couple packs of seeds, you've got 2 big trays of petunias. I say that's pretty good. I did not know what to expect, and I'm really happy with how healthy and wonderful they look. I've got pinks and purples and yellows, and these are called wave petunias. And I got the seeds from Park Seed, so that's the source on the seeds for these. This is a whole bunch of larkspur. I've never grown larkspur before at all. I've never had a larkspur plant in my garden. I've never grown it from seed. I've never grown it at all. And let's see if we can do some plant ID. What do these look like? Pansies. I grew some of those really ruffly frizzle sizzle pansies from seed, and I'm really excited about that. Then we have something that didn't grow here. Oh yeah, look at that, like one little tiny leaf. I'm not expecting anything. It's been a long time. I was trying to grow some. They were Begonia Bossa Nova white. It's just not happening, and that's okay. So over here, okay, now what do these leaves look like? These cuties. Geraniums. I love geraniums. I know that you know, some people think they're old-fashioned, but I love my geraniums, and my garden would not be complete without a ton of geraniums. I, in fact, usually put them in the window boxes right here. They remind me of old times, you know, apple pie on the windowsill times. Really, they do. This is Irish moss. I did not grow that, and this I'm planning on planting in between stepping stones that I don't even have yet. And you'll have to forgive this mess. Look at all this. This is all from the plum tree above me. It dropped all of its pretty flowers. I'm going to have to power wash this table and blow some of this stuff off. And here's some more geraniums. And look, this one here has a little bloom on it. This one is called Apple Blossom. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I love it. Isn't that so cute? My allergies are acting up a little bit. You'll have to forgive my sniffling, my intermittent sniffling. These are Snapdragons, and I've never grown Snapdragons, so I'm really excited about these. One thing that I can tell you, if you're growing Snapdragons, you want to pinch them. So this is one that I've pinched already. When you pinch your Snapdragons, they just branch out, they give you more blooms, and they're a more bushy and full plant as opposed to being kind of more tall and lanky. They still get tall, but they'll get bushy and have lots of blooms on them. So what I did here was I just went up about 1, 2, 3 sets, and then above the 3rd set of leaves. That's generally a good rule of thumb. with a lot of things. Not all things, you know, look it up and do your research, but I just pinched out above the third set of leaves there. There was another one I wanted to show you. Found them. Boop. So this is Sutton's Pam digitalis. And then I've got some Camelot Cream foxgloves. So let me just show you these. And I kind of want to show you real quick. I grew these last year from seed inside under grow lights. And let me show you what this will look like. Watch. So I have several clumps that I planted last year out from my seedlings around the fountain here. And look at this. From just a little tiny seed last year. Isn't that incredible? So these are all the Camelot Cream. And the nice thing about the Camelot is most digitalis is biennial and it doesn't bloom in the first year. This did for me. It was about half the size of this plant. But look how big they are now. But it bloomed last year and they're blooming this year too. So that's pretty awesome. Really excited. And then I've got some lamb's ear here. These are so soft and fuzzy. I'm a plant toucher, and as far as plant touching goes, can't get much better than a good lamb's ear. So I just wanted to show you that. And then Japanese maple, shining. It just unfurled its leaves. It's a blood good. It's so beautiful. I love it. And my hope is that it will canopy and kind of hide the peak of the garage behind me in time. And then I've got, this is a multi-trunk Royal Frost Birch. I had to think of the name. And look at the pretty color on this. This bronzy color. It's so beautiful. And I love the structure of it back here. It's a real focal point. I've got some landscape lighting that kind of illuminates this area. So nice to see the bark and the structure in the winter time too, when there's not much going on. And then my Fritillaria, I've been totally obsessed with this. Snake's Head Fritillaria. Oh, look. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. So I also got these from Color Blends, and it's the first year I planted them. I've been obsessed with these. I see them on Gardener's World and in all these, you know, Monty Don's gardens and all these English cottage gardens, which you guys know I love. And I tried them out for the first time. These were planted in January. So these are supposed to be fall planted, but you know I always push the envelope and run late on things. I got them in the ground in January and the snowdrops came in first. And then when they faded out, the Fritillaria came in, and I could not be happier with them. That checkerboard pattern in there, it's so pretty. I love it. So delicate and intricate. I'm losing my train of thought here. Oh, I know. I want to show you while I'm back in this area. I get lots of questions about my climbing rose along the roof line here of the garage. And this is a New Dawn rose, and here's how I attached it. I love to use heavy gauge fishing line for lots of climbers. And you can see right there where it's attached to a cup hook. It's how my wisteria in the front is also attached. So with the rose, it climbs up the trellis here. And then I've got another cup hook, and then one in the middle, and then another, and then one on the end that I tied the fishing line off onto. And as you can see, it just does a tremendous job, and it just fades right in, and you can barely see it. It just does a fantastic job. It's very strong. And once you start to weave those canes up there, it really just kind of builds a structure for itself and kind of grows onto itself and finds its way. I've really enjoyed it. It looks so natural and so pretty. This has beautiful soft pink roses, and it's looking great this year, better than ever. I'm really excited about it. So five cup hooks, just screwed right into the underside of the soffit there, and some heavy gauge fishing line, and it works out beautifully. My little dahlias that I couldn't resist. Couldn't resist. Too cute. Cute, cute, cute. And of course, you know, I'm out here every day. These were just planted, and I'm hoping to see some growth come up here soon. We're supposed to get a lot of rain tomorrow, so I think that will be good for all the newly planted things in the garden. Just quickly back to the seedlings here. These are all of my sweet peas, and I want to plant them out very soon. These also are a pincher, so with these I went up about 3 pairs, 1, 2, 3, and then I pinched right beyond that. So let me see and again, what that does is it encourages branching. If you don't pinch, you'll have a really long vine that's maybe a little bit more scraggly and not as many blooms. When you pinch it, the point in which you pinch turns then into 2 branches that go off in up opposing directions. So, and with the sweet peas, the more you cut them, the more they bloom. They're fabulous and they smell wonderful. I just love them. I know you can get a little scared when you pinch. I'm a pincher and I don't mind. So over here I've got the Cobaea Scandens, and also known as cup and saucer vine. And I planted these last year, but I neglected to pinch them. They covered this entire trellis, I'm telling you now. And I got a handful of blooms, but not enough. And I just did not know what was going on. So it needed to be pinched. Now I've seen people pinch these out early, you know, after they're a few inches tall, similar to the sweet peas. On Instagram, if you follow Claus Dalby, oh, he's just wonderful. And I asked Claus when he pinches his cup and saucer vines, and he said at about 6 feet. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to pinch mine at 6 feet. I have a couple here, so I might do another test case where I pinch it a little lower and see what happens. But these get big and they will cover some distance. Don't underestimate the power of some of these plants, these vines. They will take off pretty quickly. So this is another cup and saucer. This is the cup and saucer Alba. It's white. I also planted that last year. And those were not as easy to germinate as the plum. Did I mention this was plum? I'm not sure that I did. So this is plum and this is white. I have far more of the plum coming up, and I did plant both of those last year. So I'm looking forward to that. Claus has actually graciously given me permission to show a little clip of his cup and saucer vine in bloom in his beautiful garden. So I'm just going to show you a quick clip of his garden and why I was so inspired to plant these last year and again this year.
Hello, a little video from me today telling about the beautiful climber Cobaea Scandens. But I know from many of you that you find it difficult to get it in flower. Maybe they flower very late. But I can tell you what I do. When the plants are around 2 meters high, I just cut the top off. And it means that they will set side shoots and many buds and later flowers. There are 2 varieties, a blue one and a white one. And the white one, it's flowering as the first here in the garden 2 weeks before the blue one. Hope that this is helpful.
So these are black-eyed Susan Cherry Brandy. Ooh, I planted those last year too, and they were so pretty. I have some nasturtiums that I've already planted out into the vegetable garden here. Let me show you. So these are some purple emperor nasturtium in the front bed here that I planted from grow lights. I grew them under the grow lights. These are great to direct sow too. I'm going to pop some into some other spots to direct sow. And then I've got my winter sowing that I still have to pot up. There's a lot of projects, and I'm happy. I'm happy that there is. Let's see. I've got some larkspur in there and some more of the amaranth and some phlox. I'm very excited about this phlox. So this is phlox, cherry caramel, and I saw Karolina, if you follow her, and she actually has a YouTube as well. Karolina had this phlox cherry caramel in her garden last year, and I was just so taken with it that I immediately bought a pack of seeds. And this is some garlic that I planted in fall, and I planted some potatoes, red gold potatoes, about a month ago. almost. And they're doing beautifully. Those won't be ready to harvest for a couple of months yet. And I'm almost done. I'm wrapping it up. Hope you enjoy listening as much as I enjoy talking about it. So in here I have some amazing gray poppies. I've never grown poppies before. I'm so excited. And some cosmos. This is cupcake and saucer cosmos. I thought the white with the gray poppies would just be so beautiful. And then in this container here, I've got some poppies, raspberry ripple. Love the names, don't you? It just makes me want like an ice cream. Cherry brandy and raspberry ripple. Sounds good to me. And I can't resist to show you the blooms on my espalier. Look at these. It's so pretty. Oh, I love it. I am so excited about this. So, garden season is well underway, as you can see. I hope maybe that little trellising tip on how to get your climber to go along a soffit, maybe you might implement that in your garden this year. Picked up on a couple little tips here. This is a Guernsey cream clematis about to open, and it is on this arbor with my Zephyrin Druin rose, which is thornless, and it's wonderful. It's like a hot pink color. And a shout out to Erin, my friend at the Impatient Gardener. She very, very much inspired me to plant clematis in with other things. It's brilliant. It's such a great idea because my roses aren't there yet. They're not ready yet. These will be popping anytime now, and having your clematis bloom when other things aren't blooming is just wonderful. She'll let them scramble through her landscape and come up through her hydrangeas or up a tree and have something beautiful to enjoy at alternating times when something is off bloom. So really excited about that. I planted both of these last year. And look how big. Look how big the Zephyrin Druin is just from last year's planting. Isn't that amazing? And then I have this cane that I'm starting to train along the fence. And I think it looks so beautiful. All right. Well, I'm gonna get back to watering, enjoying this beautiful day. It is just, you couldn't ask for a better day. Perfect weather. I hope it's perfect weather where you are. I hope even if it's not perfect weather, you're out there and enjoying the garden and thinking about all the good things to come. Thank you guys so much for watching and for joining me in my garden today. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. I just had to show you. This is a Royal Raindrops crabapple, and it is in its absolute glory right now. The way the sun is shining on these branches, just everything. This color is gorgeous. So I got this last year, and it was in its nursery bucket all winter. It's a trooper. I was going out and checking on it and making sure it wasn't dried out, and you know, it hung in there really, really well, as you can see. But for right now, I have it in this container. I'd like to potentially keep it in this container for another year or two. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. We shall see, but for right now, it is loving life, and I'm loving it too. So beautiful.